Hello YouTube, how's it going? We're gonna check out this recording that I accidentally had my mic muted on of Critter Cove. They have their beta playtest out now on Steam. And so make sure you check their Steam page and they'll have a little survey if you want to try it yourself to fill out, and you can test it yourself. It's through the devs and publishers of TinyBuild and Fourth Floor. Appreciate them picking me to give a key by filling out that survey off their Steam page. And so I'm doing my best to voice over and try to remember what I said when I was checking this out the first time. Tried to put it out, recorded it a day or two after it was released to be playtested, so here we go, checking it out. Apologize for the awkwardness that this may be, but yeah. I know after I clicked the new, it like, when I was recording it, it went black screen on me, so I was freaking out there for a little bit. But it was actually showing this screen, which was interesting now that I've watched this a couple times, trying to figure out if I'm gonna say the right things. Apologies again for the awkwardness, but alright, it'll load into the character build screen here in a minute. It is a playtest, not like beta or early access yet, so people can give feedback on stuff they notice that is wrong. I don't know, I'm gonna try to get that mentioned, but here we are in the character creator. So you can start off with just doing the head, or you can pick the body. You can be human, you can be animal type person, and then like some bird type creatures there at the end for bodies. But there are a whole bunch of on the left side there of eyes, hair, everything, so I was just checking out the differences between the two human faces. One's just, and you got a cat, like a fox, you got a wolf looking dog, bearish tigers, it's a hyena, and then you got face markings. You can pick different ones on each of those other heads, so just all varies, but you can definitely adjust the ears a little later as well. So just kind of tabbing through each one of those other heads and checking out the markings. And we're going along, seeing all these markings. Just checking out the rotation, which is, in my opinion, a little slow, but better than other games, I guess, where it might go super fast or you can't rotate at all. That was an interesting combination of colors for that marking of a face. Checking out the markings they have for the reptilian animals. And you got like a mouse slash rat. You can be like an alien, I guess, maybe is the reasoning behind this TV head. I don't know. Very interesting. And you got, I don't know, that might be some kind of piratey underwater reptilian animal. Snake, maybe. Some different birds. And then you got like a duckbill there on that birdeth head. And then like a toucan. And a choo-choo-loo. I know I'm probably saying that wrong, but that's what that one's like. And then you got a dragon head. You still got all sorts of facial markings there to pick from on all these. I said I like the wolf doggo head, so I was gonna go with that. See how each marking has a different set of colors underneath it? Once we get more into when I start picking different colors, you're able to save your colors for favorites so you can match it up properly. I was just still trying to decide which coloring I was going to go with. And I chose this one the best, and that's where I'm mousing over the colors where you can change your colorings. But I was going to pick the eyes first before we mess with all that. Quite a good selection of eyes. I am noticing there's like brown underneath these different eye selections. I guess I might not have noticed that my first playthrough. I'm gonna go through the game with a winky face the whole time. Like one of the two different girly, womanly eyes there. We end up going with that one. You can pick your pupils shape and you can pick the color, which I mess with here in a little bit. Get a star shape, heart shape, really small, some squiggly lines, some Pac-Man looking pupils. Check out that one. It's interesting. Decide between the bigger one and the little medium one there. Going with that one. I do like green. I wanted to be a little darker. Go, we got a color slider on everything. And when I went to next, there were the saved colors at the bottom, but continuing on, showing off the different ears like this on all those heads, so you can pick different kinds of ears on them. Those ones are taller, those ones are kind of like been beaten up and seen some stuff. But we'll stick with the regular ones, I believe, is what I pick. And then now I'm gonna start messing with the colors here, so just click wherever. So trying to decide what we're going, and then seeing which color controlled what. And now down below you see the saved colors, so you can click on a color and then click the plus is how it saves it. I was trying to match up those two purples as close as possible. And I think right about here is where I remember, oh yeah, you can save the colors down below, hopefully. If I'm remembering right, it's been a few days since I've recorded. So sorry. I apologize. Trying to choose the color here. I was like, yeah, maybe not so dark of a green. I don't think I got every color super duper matched up, and then I'm gonna start accepting the saved colors down below. There we go. Just highlight which one, click the plus sign down below, and then you continue on with your creation. And they have little hair options for all the animal heads too, which I think is adorable. Now watching this back, I do kind of wish I would have picked one of these hairstyles, but it's all good. You can always start another save, or when it fully comes to early access and whatnot, you can always start over, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Definitely nothing wrong with that. I do like how that one looks, so that already kind of matches up with our coloring that we got going on. Except that one. Click on the mustaches, but there wasn't anything there. You can also have a variety of spiky things sticking out of your head and horns. Lots of choices. I did a really good job with this character builder here. So many different horn options. I guess with some of these face spikes, like if you yourself are whatchamacallit, have a lot of facial piercings and that, I mean, that could kind of represent those in a way. Those are, and then you got a unicorn horn. do like the way that looks, but we decided to go without any of those add-ons. Now we're gonna go to the body adjustment. And you got all sorts of, look at all those. I don't even think I checked out all the body markings, but there's a ton. Kind of wish if you clicked on the animal body that it would take the clothes away for the time being. So you could see the markings a little better, but then I noticed the height on this was just kind of making the ears go a little taller, but not by too much, so we just left it in the middle. And then I was kind of trying to show off the little nails that they got going on here. And then you got some webbing for like if you pick the frog or the amphibian type. And then they got some gloves. We stick with the regular. And then you can go with the colors. So I just try to... That's the neckline. I think I was getting a little lost here trying to pick the colors. But it's all good. Like at one point I kind of accidentally lost the stripes on the arm there, but it's all good. Yep, that's where I accidentally lost them. And then I forgot where the heck... Which one was it? Let me get it back. So it doesn't change your clothes colors at all. Yep. That's where I was like, crap, I wanted to get those stripes back, but it's all good. On the feet, they do have some choices as well. If you pick an animal, you can have claws, the webbed feet, you got a bunch of tails. They've got so much. This is such a good job. So much to choose from. So many tails, and you get the markings on the tails as well. I was trying to look, and then I seen this one. I'm like, what is that gonna go at? Yeah, tiny tails. That one else looks like a skunk tail to me, in my opinion. So I guess on one of those other heads, or with the shorter ears, you could have yourself a skunk character if you wanted. So in a way, this game reminds me, so far from what I've played, just with this recording, the mixture of Animal Crossing, because the other villagers are creatures, animals, and since we're doing a lot of it's kind of solar punkish as well. But here later on, it also kind of reminds me of my time at Sandrock, since you're using a lot of scrap piles and everything to build things. Kind of similarly doing the thing here. Right, all good picking our character. We name them Toasty. I do go by she, her pronouns. And then it just kind of throws you into the game, so there's no cutscene of showing what happens ahead of time, but this is Anchor, he's a shark, I think. Shiver me timbers, what an amazing, exciting journey that was. Would you lucky to make it here in one piece? Judging by my ship sitting at the bottom of the harbor, not a moment too soon either. Guessing the sea be having to wait another day to claim old Anchor. There is a setting too for like the old school typewriter type coming across when that's speaking. Now you speak with the fellow hired us, Renard by his name, and making sure the port office be in order. I picked what happened here. You don't remember a robot kraken, fleet of ghost pirates saving us from a raging whirlpool? Truly ye be master sailor, and like old Anchor has never seen. You must have smacked your head harder than I thought to forget all that. Be lucky to have you watching me dorsal fin out there if it weren't for ye. Never mind. We be here now, so I guess none of that matters anymore. We should focus on the job at hand. Bernard be waiting for you on the shore. He'll probably have more for you to do. Just be watching your back around him, you hear? Bernard be a sneaky one he is. Yeah, Bernard does remind me of Tom Nook. And I had to pause it there for a moment. Family stuff going on while I was recording. Now we're checking everything out. I had watched a few other people's first checkout videos, so just kind of looking around. And anytime you play these types of games, life sim games, you can swim and dive. I was just seeing if there was anything on the... And then I pushed a button and I was like, oh, there's the jump button. Jump-a-rooney. Go ahead and spend your time. It doesn't take stamina to pick up the rocks and sticks on the beach. You'll need them, so definitely do that first. Always helpful. Especially when you're first introduced to washing up on a shore. And there is no controller support on PC with this at the moment. I would assume maybe eventually there will be, but we are playing keyboard and mouse, so apologies for if any spins and turns happen. There are a few little glitchy spots here later on. We noticed that said requires an axe. Glancing up at the building. And anchors there at his shack, I guess we'll call it. And a nice little long dock over that way. And this is gonna be the workshop, where it popped up on the left side there, a clean workplace. So we're gonna start picking up. This is why I said it's kind of similar to my time at Sandrock, because you're picking up piles of debris and everything. Notice this interesting contraption there. I'm like, what's that gonna be for? Got some big old pieces that didn't pop up a prompt, so just checking it out. It's all lying around, gathering some more stuff and things. Noticing stuff saying requiring X. That's where I got a little glitchy when I turned there. I'll definitely, when I stream this later tonight on YouTube, be checking the settings before I... Checking out inventory here. Looking at the journal entries, reading along. After a crazy sea voyage, I finally arrived. So this is Critter Cove, huh? It's certainly not how I'd imagine it. It's even in worse state than I was told by Renard. By this Renard. It's going to take a lot of work to get it all fixed up. I'm feeling confident I'm up to the challenge. First thing to do is try to get my bearings, see about getting myself a place to live, then jumping right in to help out. I clicked on that. Workshop area is littered with trash. Better clean it all up. Make sure I have plenty of room to work. Maybe I can put some of the salvage to good use. Now I do notice there's a track box at the top of that, so... And I was pushing Q and E to go through the symbols up top there. And the menus here, so the blueprints. So far we didn't have a lot. And decided to go ahead and check out the settings because I didn't ahead of time. Which I probably should have. I think that's where maybe it didn't fully pick it up while I was recording, but holy heck, when you click on that audio button, it was pretty loud in my headset. And you can disable the critter speak, so I just left that there because I wasn't 100% sure. Zones. You can pick your language, which defaults probably to what you have it set on your PC. Get back to the game. And then you got a bar along there for clothing. Just going along the bottom there for all the selection buttons. Select item, hold and drag, release and drop, drag to delete, place item mode. And we've got our money in the very top right. Notice after that, and then top right, you do have a clock and then a calendar and a compass up there. Welcome to Critter Cove, talk to Renard. There's a shovel. Just kind of seeing that we've been in a big circle there. I wanted to go check out on the side before we talk to Renard, just kind of scoping out the lay of the land. I remember from the trailer on Steam and a few others that are kind of glitched again turn-wise, so maybe I'll have to mess with that later. But that's gonna be like, if I remember from the trailers that they have on their Steam page and a few other little things I've seen, I think that turns into like a meeting, little bar cabana type place. I'll continue on picking up all the rocks and sticks. There, it kind of did that little graphical catch-up thing there again. Apologies on that, y'all. I decided to check out the map. I'm like, it's pretty zoomed out. There's Smilings there, and there. You click and move it around. And I noticed the pictures of something drawn. I'm like, is something gonna pop out in the water out there? And then I'm like, what's this signifying? It says point of interest, obviously, if you look at the legend on the map. Seeing how big it is, and there I go. I'm like, oh, okay. So it will eventually mark out dive sites and shipwrecks, which is very interesting and good to know. Oh, now we got some more islands up top. Hopefully we get there when we stream the game this weekend. Saturday on the live stream on YouTube will be Paleo Pines and Fae Farm, and tomorrow, Sunday, well, this might not be tomorrow when I put the video out, but Sunday, October 1st will be this, and remember the other game I chose. This and Traveler's Rest, since Traveler's Rest had a pretty big update as well. Just going along, collecting all the stuff off the beach. Now we got a decent amount of stone and sticks. Pick up orange starfish and shells. Looks like a little crystal there, but can't quite get those yet. They says need shovel when you get next to those. And notice this kind of looks like it could be like a community farming area or like an orchard. What I was thinking when I first seen it, and I noticed the bugs flying around. I'm like, I hope we can catch those later on. Seeing this big open plot area, I'm kind of curious if we get to build some like extra stuff. Alright, now we start talking to Renard. Ah, see, you finally arrived. Glad to see Anchor's curse didn't end you. Figured you had a 50-50 shot, worth it in my books. And you're here now anyways, ain't you? I'm Renard, mastermind behind this little venture. I also run the local junk shop. Need some extra salvage? Take a look, I might have what you need. You must be toasty. I can tell by looking at you that you're just what's needed. You're also the only one who answered that. And that's why I say Tom Nookish, because kind of answer to add than not to. If we wouldn't need you, you fix it all up nice, make it a place people can be proud of. Maybe make a bit of coin along the way. Who can blame us? First things first, we need to get our living arrangements sorted. Can't have you sleeping on the beach now, can we? Be undignified. Yes. Unfortunately, Renard has you covered. Take this mostly official Critter Cove house deed and pin it to any door of the vacants you see. It doesn't matter which, your choice. Ta-da! Once that's all done nice and legal-like, you can fix it up, but that shouldn't be an issue for a resourceful gal such as yourself. Oh, by the way, there are a couple other folks who arrived just before you did. Might be a good idea to stop in and say hi since you're already out looking for a house anyways. They each took to living on the beach, one on the west and one other on the east. The island isn't that big, you shouldn't have no troubles finding them. I'll come by and talk to you again once you've gotten your house set up. Alright, hello neighbors. Sammy's camp. Talk to Renard, meet a new friend. I'm just reading off what pops up on the left side of the screen while you're playing. Just trying to see what those trash cans said when I walked past. There's a little bit of foraging in this game too, other than just picking up stones and sticks off the beach. And I was like, wait, why did that pop up? Pick up? Something was kind of glitched in that big rock there. Piece of wood. We go down over here where one of the tents is at. Interesting. Box. Open. And wood planks. Good to know. And find a cook pot. Wondering is gonna be helpful later. We got a little robot guy back there we'll have to talk to in a little bit. There's our first other islander. I spoke to him at kind of a weird angle here, so it zoomed in on him extra close. I'm Sammy, pretty new here too. My name's Toasty. I have no idea how nice it is to meet you, Toasty. I was starting to think I was the only one dumb enough to get tricked into moving here. Brochure said a tropical paradise awaits. It didn't say anything about living in a ratty tent on the beach. I thought I'd be stuck on this beach forever, but you look like someone who's got it all figured out. Maybe we'll finally start seeing some progress, you know? Really glad to met you. That's where it needed to be adjusted to meet you. Spelled it wrong. Spelling correction. And then I noticed the wildlife in the water there just out of the corner of my eye. I was like, that's pretty cool. They start diving and doing a little fish circle thing. I was like, oh, alright. And then they changed color. And then kind of venture out to check out how the diving is. Just using W and then looking down is what made me dive. So then going up, you gotta make sure you're looking up. And the ocean current too strong, so it wouldn't let me swim out too far in that area. I'm sure there's other spots where you can go out a little further. But there is like shipwreckage, and then I noticed Sammy's got a little bubble across above their head as they were walking away. I decided to go back the way I originally came to check out this beach area. Which I'm pretty sure again that area I just walked past is gonna be like a community meetup bar spot thing. And then once you have your deed, it shows these green arrows over the doorways of houses that you can pick. So notice you can pick quite a few right here in the town square. You can pick something with the bell, which I'm like, that should be more like town center, shouldn't it? But I mean, if you want to pick it, you can pick it. So I'm just kind of glancing at the other ones that they're showing. You got ones that look huge, you got ones that look small. That one's kind of small next to the big one there, but not 100% sure yet on if these upgrade to bigger inside. But then I noticed the bushes there. Alright, well, we're back around and I see some islands off in the distance there. Going about picking up some more debris off of the beaches. Go meet the other person. It's over here. Before I talk to him, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna pick up the rest of this stuff. almost like stalking me. Picking it all up. All. Doesn't take any stamina to do so, so definitely worth it. There's no arrow over that one, so I'm kind of wondering, and then that piece said pick up, so old surfboard. I'm gonna assume some of the houses that don't have the green arrows over them means like that's where people from the other islands, once we build this up, you're able to invite other people to this one. Pokey, what? Don't you know it's rude to butt your nose in someone else's business? Who are you anyways? Toasty. Oh, that new sailor woman? You're not what I expected. I always heard sailors were supposed to be tough and capable looking. I'm Pokey, by the way. I'm just about the only adult on this whole island. Now, please don't let me keep you from a busy day of picking up every random piece of trash you see. Good day, Toasty. Rude. But yeah, I'm gonna assume once we're able to... If you've seen the trailer on Steam and or their page, so we got a decent amount of storage, hotbar up there for tools and such. Gonna assume once we get there. And checked out our... And I was like, oh, you can click on the symbols up here. I thought you only had to use Q and E, but you can use your mouse to click on them. I was under the impression you could only use Q and E. It wasn't like... I'm used to those, like, highlighting when you move your mouse button over them, but just checking out the relationships. They got favorite colors, thumbs up, thumbs downs. And then I pop into here to see... Click on the home sweet home. Bernard gave me a deed so I can claim, and that's what we're doing. I didn't realize that there were different little descriptions under each one. You just gotta click on them. I was checking out the jumping. You could good old Skyrim jump up the hills, you know. I'm sure there's other games out there, GTA, all that. I'm looking for more arrows on the housing. There's one right here. Not, and then it kind of graphically went weird on me there again for a minute. Pops up there, see if there's anything to forage. Oh, we can jump on the roofs. It's like my time at Sandrock and I. And plop. It's like, be an interesting place to have, but I guess you gotta leave some houses for the other people. And you got a nifty little umbrella canopy here with lights. When it does get dark, those lights do light up, so it's pretty nice looking. And I noticed an arrow back here. I'm like, oh, definitely like being to live near the colorful umbrella canopy. We're still walking around, seeing what other... And I noticed the doorway with the chef hat over it there, so I'm wondering if someone we invite becomes a baker of some sorts. Like the umbrella canopy, and some more lights on that little crosswalk there. And I noticed, oh, there's bushes we can grab berries from. Grab those. And I like the foliage in this area. Very colorful. I like that house here. Too bad that's not an option. And notice the barbershop coloring on the side. Like maybe that comes a barbershop? Who knows? I'm not sure how far this playtesting lets us go. And just checking everything out still. Come on up here and notice this place. Like, this be an interesting place. Maybe it's gonna be a museum or an observatory. I like the color of it. The observatory parts anyway. Hopping on down, checking out some more stuff. Go ahead and gather up some more trash. Notice that says require a wrench. Might skip here where I might pause it in a second. and then go to the house I picked. Yep. I was just gonna continue walking around, see if there's anywhere else, but I decided on this one at the edge of the umbrella canopy. I really like the vibe in this area. We're picking this place. It pops up a box there to the right of this. Fixing my house. Home sweet home complete. Found a perfect spot for my new home. It's gonna need a little work. Need to fill the box that appeared out front with some resources in order to complete repairs on my house. I need 8 wood and 5 stone. That's why I was picking up all the wood and stone. Even though we have more than enough to donate. Just click and donate. Click and donate. A few other things you'll need that for. So we did that, and it kind of just auto builds up for you. Even though it doesn't, like, drastically improve the look of the outside of it. Gonna assume that's much later on. Got a little sign that popped up there too, so I'm wondering if that's just supposed to signify so you know where your house is. Pop on inside. I remember seeing the other videos, it's about the same inside bigness for everyone's house. You got 2 chests in there. Nard. There he is. I was like, gonna go fire an Nard. Seeing you figured out your living situation, capital. You're in a fine home, but they never come well furnished. I've got it. You need a housewarming gift. Free of charge, of course. Let's call it a down payment on for future services rendered. Now let me see. Oh, here we go. Just the thing to make a house feel more homey. Not sure why he keeps saying capital, but maybe that's just his lingo, his saying. Let me see. Ah, here we go. This thing, your house home. What do I do with this? Place it in your house, of course. It's your space. You can decorate it however you like. All new homes also seem to come with 2 basic trunks. They're very handy for storing your extra things. By some quirk of nature, I'm not qualified to explain. Their contents seem to be connected together. This is helpful, considering we did pick a house kind of far away from the workshop. If you put an item into one container, you'll be able to access it from another container. Science, magic, just another of life's unexplained mysteries. It's incredibly useful. You can move one or both of these trunks to any place that's convenient. I suggest moving one to the workshop area. Well, I should be going. My store isn't going to mind itself, but before I take my leave, here's a pamphlet that goes over the basics of decoration. I'm sure you'll have a fine-looking home in no time, Toasty. A creative person such as yourself always does. And item placement. I for inventory, select what you want to place, press the decorate mode symbol, select a location, hold E to pick up placed objects, Q to target objects on a surface. Alright, we head back inside, put our chair down. Alright, press the I, click on the chair, and then that symbol pops up down there. Click on that, and then it disappears you, so you can get a more zoomed in look and rotating with the mouse wheel. Got L to snap on a grid, or press L again for free placement. So it doesn't rotate on a grid unless maybe you have grid enabled, but I like angling things, so we're gonna angle it outward. There we go. Talk to Renard again, it says. And you can sit on the chair. E, sit. Nice. Love that they include that. Alright, now we might check out. I was thinking that Renard was gonna walk through my door. Now we're gonna put some stuff away. The decoration instructions in there. Drop off the shells. I'm not gonna need them. Restores a small amount of stamina. No, actually, they restore quite a bit of stamina, so definitely worth checking out. Finding all the berry bushes. Now we're just looking along what the descriptions of each of those shells just say for selling. Trash. Metal glass. Fibers. The old surfboard. Likely anyone will be hanging 10 on that anytime soon. Multi-purpose metal pot used for cooking. Just organize that a little bit. It says hold E to pick it up. Long hold. And it picks it up. Puts it in your storage. Or in your inventory. Silly me. Back out we go. Back to talking to a nerd. I see Sammy just chilling over there. Hi, Renard. Ah, Toasty, so good of you to stop by. With much to do, it never seems like there's enough hours in a day. We need to start fixing up this town, but first I need you to find our missing handybot, Copperbottom. He was supposed to be picking up salvage for the workshop down at the beach, but he probably got himself wet again. I always tell him to avoid water, see, but he just can't help himself. Gonna need this oil can. When you find him, just give him a squirt or two and he'll be 100%. Oh, do me a huge favor, give him a hand when you get him unstuck. He's way behind on getting that workshop fixed. Now off you go. No dawdling, mind you. The sooner you find Copperbottom, the sooner we'll have a functional workshop. And those. I discovered you can use your middle mouse wheel to zoom in, but it doesn't zoom in very fast. It does have a little symbol of where we're currently standing on the map. There are a few videos I watched that, like, that stuff wasn't showing up on maps. I don't know if they had to... They might have needed to re-download the game. Uninstall, reinstall. And as soon as we got in a little faster, it did have some names over the island, so... Just trying to get zoomed in decently enough. It is interesting that they didn't choose to put on their maps, like, what do I want to say? Usually how there's mostly a triangle, so you got the tip of it, and then I noticed those bugs from earlier, they're glowing. I'm like, what's this gonna do? Wonder. And I was like, it's kind of dark, so we're gonna head back to where we picked our house. Sleep and do that. Find Copperbottom in the morning. When it's bright in the game. Bright enough for y'all to see, in case it's too dark. We're walking through, trying to remember which way do we go? Oh yeah, right here. And to sleep we go. Take short nap, long nap, sleep until morning. Auto saves when you sleep. Pop back up, and on we go. I probably would have been better off going that first way and decided to go back. Yeah, that's probably the better way. Just jump over. Whee! Do you like that we can jump? Very nice. noticed that flower. I'm like, can I pick that up? Nope, it's kind of above the ground. But early beta slash playtesting. Here's Copper Bottom. And I was like, wasn't that the last name of the Robot's character in the movie Robots? This is where I was trying to, like, I'm kind of zoomed in. I wasn't 100% sure what these slider bars did, but I thought I'd check out what this depth of field is. That made everything kind of blurry. I was like, oh, that's not good. Not good at all. Let's take that back off. Okay. There we go. I was like, I kind of wanted to be a little more zoomed out. Not so close in on my character, but it's all good. We'll get used to it. Talk to Mr. Copperbottom here. The thing he's next to, I've noticed that kind of randomly generates in different spots for every person too. Oil can. Use the oil can. Happy mode activated. All joints appear to be functional again. This unit thanks the meat person for your assistance. I love that. They have the robots calling us meat persons. Customary to exchange information on meeting a new being. This unit is an autonomous worker and construction unit number 2347 PJF5. Since your meat brain does not perform at optimum efficiency, you may refer to this unit as Copperbottom. I'm a toasty. Now that the information has been exchanged, this unit understands it's traditional to supply a gift to show gratitude. Its meat persons have soft, fleshy hands and adequate for ripping metal apart. This unit will supply Toasty with a blueprint for an artificial hand to supplement your design flaw. Use the blueprint to learn it, then search the area and collect the required resources. Finally, assemble resources to make a wrench. Toasty will find many uses for the wrench. Ta-da! The unit's aware of how much meat persons enjoy written instructions on a list form, which will now be supplied to Toasty. Follow instructions to increase your skill. Forward phase of our interaction is complete. This unit will now return to the workshop. This unit looks forward to interacting with you again once it returns there. Toasty's assistance is required with other matters. Basics of crafting. Press K, or press the symbol on the top bar to open crafting menu. Select item from list of blueprints. Have correct number of resources and press craft. Crafting machines can be placed in the workshop and are used by selecting them. And then you just pretty much, I didn't click on the blueprint, it just auto learns them. We auto learned the basic wrench, which I think that's pretty helpful. So, I mean, some people might not like that right away, but re-checking out what's there. Helping Copperbottom track craft a wrench. Now that I've got myself a place to live, it's time to start getting the town all cleaned up with a lot of hard work and a bit of luck. And that's our craft button. So we got campfire tent. Wrench shows the metal, which I left in a chest. Didn't notice the berry bush back there. I didn't notice it earlier. Probably slipped my mind. Running back to our house to go grab the metal. And I was checking to see if that used the wrench. Nope. That said wrench, but we're like, yeah, let's just go. I think I got lost. Yeah, I think I got a little lost there. I'm wondering eventually if that wooden sign next to our house, like, maybe puts our name on it or something. Grab the metal, glass. Just gonna leave that there. Trash. Oh no, we grab the glass out as well. Plop the crafting, and you can name your chests. And I noticed the tab theirs, which is actually when you place the other chest, you'll need those to tab between the two chests. Craft the wrench. Ta-da! Now that I got myself a wrench, Copper Bottom wanted to talk to me again. Blueprints. Got little arrows on the side for when you get more. Show in progress. I was just checking that button out. I was like, what is this? Alright. Out we go. Off to the workshop. And I was like, I did kind of pick a place far away. And I was like, oh, dismantle? Alright. Researching trash can 1 of 15 is what I noticed after I did that. So, in order to craft other things, you have to dismantle a certain amount of them before you get the blueprint. That's gonna get brought up here in a little while too from Sammy. Actually hunts us down for those street lamps that I kind of walked by. Just gotta go over to the workshop. Just trying to orient myself. You can push the same button again to put it away, your tool. I was like, okay, that was a... And then we pick up a trash can lid. Requires X. Alright, can't do that. I was thinking if we did a grouping of 3 that we were gonna get more, but it doesn't work that way. A piece of rubber from that one. Going about collecting up the stuff and things. Even if we can get enough of the trash cans right away, but it's all good. We'll get there. Thought that looked like a little outhouse outside of that housing, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Didn't quite find 15. Dismantle this scrap there and get metal and a metal pipe. I was using E for the dismantling, but you can also use the left mouse button as well. You don't have to push E. This unit is experiencing difficulties. Someone stacked these wooden barricades against the workshop in a most illogical fashion, preventing access to the building. The unit's unable to effect repairs on workshop till these barricades have been removed. Query mode activated. Perhaps Meat Person Toasty could assist the unit in removal of these obstacles. Meat persons have soft, fleshy hands that are ill-suited for chopping wooden structures. If you attempt to chop wood with fleshy hands, they'll probably fall off. This unit will supply Toasty with knowledge on how to form an artificial chopping limb. Use the chopping tool to chop the barricades blocking access to the workstation. Warning mode activated. Use the tool responsibly. Do not fall under the temptation to chop your fellow citizens. This will void their warranty. I love that. Once Toasty's completed barricade removal, the unit will be able to examine and... yeah. Again, auto-learn the recipes for the tools. I mean, that could change later on. This is probably just still basic tutorial stuff going into the game. But I decided to click in there. And there's the axe. Metal and wood. We got enough of each. Craft it on up. That's why, again, at the beginning of the game, pick up all the wood and all the rocks on the beach. So you don't have to stop and go collect it again for these ones. Progress your way faster. And it auto changes. If you didn't see it there, it said dismantle even though I'm holding the axe, but I do discover that later on as well. I thought you had to press the corresponding button, so it's kind of like Fae Farm in a way where it just auto detects what you need. So we're chopping the planks. Something popped up. There's another one in the back area. Now it pops up. Report back to Copper Bottom. Functional workshop is necessary to perform repairs on the rest of the town's structures. Most of the repairs in the workshop have been completed, but additional resources are needed in order to finish construction. This unit requires your assistance in procuring the missing resources. Unfortunately, some of the necessary resources are located under the shutter water. You mean meat skin? Your meat skin is impervious to rust, so collecting what's needed should pose little issue for you. Unless you run out of air, then you will expire. This unit recommends you avoid that. Container will be provided to deposit supplies needed to repair workshop. Once this unit has all supplies needed, construction will begin. Do you have any queries? Many, but I'm good for now. Interaction's now complete. Let's go investigate. 10 metal, 10 wood. Got 4 metal and 24 wood, so we're gonna get the wood first. And then find some more metal. There, I did switch between pushing the number 1 button for where the tool is placed in our toolbar. Thinking I had to do that, but again, I recorded this, forgot to have my mic on, so I'm kind of having to try to remember what I said as I was playing. But again, now we've got Pokey hunting us down here. Leave us alone, Poke. We want to do this first. You can hold the mouse button down to just keep dismantling it. You don't have to keep pressing E and or the mouse button. Press and hold, and it'll just continue on doing all the stuff and things. We're like, okay, fine, we'll talk to you. Hey Toasty, you're just the one who I was hoping to run into. Found something unusual on the beach. Immediately thought of you. Now Sammy's coming towards us too. They want our attention as well. It's a bottle, but I'm pretty sure it's got something inside of it. There's no way I'm touching that thing. Who knows where it's been? You're always scrounging around, touching everything with your dirty little hands, so I figured an old grimy bottle laying on the beach would be right up your alley. Follow me, I'll show you where it is. Don't lollygag. I've better things to do with my day than wait for you, like, whatever. Like, alright, Sam. Sam. Follow us while Poke beats a butthead leads us where they want to go. Acquire a shovel, I notice. Which we'll probably be getting here in a minute. Like, I see it sparkling in the distance. Has a little hint around it. Oh, no, they pointed at it. I love that. Show the X marks the spot. Wow, that's a genuine treasure map. I bet if you follow it, you'll find something cool. That's how treasure maps work, you know? Just find where the X marks the spot and dig. Super simple. Like, so simple even you can do it. Going to need something to dig with, though. Don't look at me, I don't have big shovels. Try anchor. There's probably no one on the whole island who's dug more treasure than that old shark, but he's got a trunk full of shovels you can use. Well, I did my good deed for the day. Time to leave you. You're rooting around in the dirt later, chumpers. Holy whiskers, you're completely knackered, Toasty. Been working so hard for all of us, you've forgotten to take care of yourself. Maybe you should get yourself something to eat and some rest. I don't know about you, I always feel better if I get some nice grilled meat. Also so simple to make. First thing to do is pop down a campfire, then just toss a drum stalk and wait for it to roast up nicely. Just thinking about it makes my mouth water. But if grilled meat isn't your thing, you try putting anything you want into it. The fun thing about cooking is just trying to figure out new recipes. After eating something, you should sleep. Got a bed in your home for a reason, Toasty. Use it. Next time I see you, I hope you aren't looking so ragged. You gotta take better care of yourself, Toasty. We're both still just standing there. And I noticed the berry bush. And I tried to eat the berry. It's examining. See how much that stamina went up? I mean, that's pretty good without them being cooked. Pretty sure each bush gives you 3. I went ahead and ate 3. Our bar is almost back up to full again. Whip out the wrench. Notice more berry bushes. I'm like, might as well grab these. They're definitely good for filling up that stamina early game. I noticed the board. Or not. Again, I recorded this and I apologize doing a voiceover trying to remember what I was saying, but I went and found Anchor. Oh, hey there, Captain Toasty. What can old Anchor be doing for you? Found a treasure map. Treasure map, you say? Let's be handing it over before old Anchor goes into a feeding frenzy and tears you to shreds. Har har. That'd just be a little shark pirate humor. Anchor laughs. Shredding days are long past. Found yourself a treasure map, did you? Anchor knows a thing or two about treasure maps. Just find where X marks the spot and dig it up, all simple like. I need a shovel. You found a treasure map, got nothing to dig with. Anchor's found himself in the very situation more times than teeth in my own head. Fortunately for you, Anchor just so happens to be an expert. I'm making shovels out of bits and bobs you can find all over here. Let me share my shovel building knowledge with you, after all. Can't have you on your hands and knees scooping out sand in a desperate attempt to get treasure. Be undignified. I'll be taken care of. Good luck to you. I hope you find something nice and not lacking any pirate curses. And again, Otto pulls out that blueprint. Very handy. Basic shovel. Thought maybe that box could have been broken down, but nope. Wondering if those could have been broken down or that, but nope. Maybe eventually. I remembered and I noticed the berry bush there. I was like, I want those coconuts. Why can't we gather the coconuts? And it kind of graphically skipped on us. I moved berries, clicked on our crafting, craft our basic shovel, wood and metal, which we got plenty of each. You click the mouse or the number 2 button, chop this wood. And I thought maybe we could chop that tree, but nope. What was it? I moved over to, brought the shovel up and checked out what that was, since it did tell us we needed a shovel for it, but it's just a piece of quartz. We switch over to the axe, chop these fences. Researching shoddy fence, 1 of 20. Switch over to the wrench, and we can dismantle this, so go ahead and do it. And researching simple motor, mechanical parts, broken motor, and metal. I noticed another bush there, but we also picked up a starfish. Just running back and forth, reminding people that those berry bushes are definitely very helpful early on in the game with your stamina. How often they replenish. I was like, why didn't that like auto go into my bag? I remember that happening. This is where I think I noticed that it auto changed. It's walking up something that says chop, and that's where, yep. This is where I noticed that you don't have to pick your tool, it just auto switches depending on what you walk past that needs to be dismantled, destroyed, and all that stuff. Researching barrel, researching small crate, and you're getting wood. It says dig, auto digs out. Brings up the shovel. I did not switch over to 3, just walking up the stuff, so very intuitive. Again, like Fae Farm, you don't have to switch, just walk up to what you need to get and it'll auto do it for you. Definitely gonna be helpful. Noticed another berry bush, and then I accidentally made the shovel. Cinder block that we got from that, and stone. Picked up more berries. I think right around now I do think I mentioned about we do have the berries on our hotbar, but it doesn't like show a number while it's on our hotbar, like how many we have equipped. But if you look in your inventory, it's got a small number underneath it. Donated the middle and complete. Up goes the scaffolding. I don't think that one's instantaneous. And I thought kind of like how when you construct something in Palia, how the sign tells you how long you got. Walking up to that sign might do it, but nope. I'm like, here again, I walk up to something, no tool in hand, and then auto, it just pulls it out, and we start chopping away. Very helpful. Oh. Guess I didn't notice this while I was gaming, but then it said exhausted. But we were completely out of stamina. Three berries and we're a little over halfway. A 4th berry. Now we're almost all the way full on our stamina, so back to cleaning up the space. I figure as soon as he gets that built, probably gonna, and the journal description says to clean up this area anyway, so might as well just get our stuff and things from all of it, you know, resources from here. Just cleaning up. Then I'm like, I'll get these last 2 spots over here and we'll put our chests down in the workshop area as Renard suggested there when we picked our house. But then I was like, how does placing the chest work? So we click on it, click on that decorating mode, and then anywhere For the time being, at least here in this workshop area in our house. Trying to determine which way the hinges were to kind of like correctly place this. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is completely empty. And then I was like, oh, okay, click that button and it shows me what I put in the box in my house. I was freaking out there for a second, to be honest with y'all. But I'm just gonna drop a little bit of everything else off in here. I think we're gonna keep the wood, the rocks, and the metal on us. Put the glass, trash. Yep, that's what I... And keep a hold of that treasure map. Grab the rest of the berries out that I had from earlier. I guess we do got a hint there at the bottom left corner. Storage boxes are shared across the world there. I mean, I guess that's gonna come helpful too, like if you travel to an island. If we're able to craft these chests here in a little while, further into the game. Leave a chest on each island, and then that way you don't have to constantly just put it in a chest. They're all shared, because it said they're shared across the world. That'll definitely be helpful. Leave a chest on every island you visit eventually, and whatever you forage and gather from there, you can leave in a chest there, and you'll still be able to access it when you're back here on Critter Cove. That comes out funny if you say it too fast. Then I noticed the lighthouse. Lighthouse. Berry bush, more berries, thank you, please. Then chop these fences because we chopped a decent. Wouldn't let me chop this one from this angle. It's kind of weird. And I'm like, oh yeah, these stalk things. Get drumsticks off of stalks, like a corn stalk. Interesting concept, and then you can chop that fence from that direction, which was interesting. Why it wouldn't let us chop it from one direction, but it would the other. Gathering more stuff things. We got resin from one of those. Interesting. Trying to figure out where the treasure chest or the treasure map told us to go. Researching a park bench. And it gave us money. I decided I better eat a couple more berries. My stamina's getting kind of low. Pick up some more stuff and things. Dig out these boxes. Sea corn. Small garden planter. Right there. Garden planter. Right? Plant things. Another berry bush and the drumstick stalk. They seem to be a decent amount of them. I found a bathtub. There's a drawing on the wall. I'm pretty sure we're near where that treasure map told us to go. You just pick this up as a whole, and if you've seen the trailer on Steam and or the game's YouTube channel, the boat that you use is made out of that bathtub, so go up to that and press E and you learn a furniture work table. Pretty sure right where we're at is where the treasure map's supposed to be at, but if you click it, I click that wheel, it shows the X. Which, that's right around where we're at. Then I go to the regular map. It's more like right there-ish. So I'm kind of confused. Only because someone else's video I watched, like, the treasure was just sitting on the side of the beach. I was like, maybe if I dig these rocks? Nope. That wasn't it. There's two different videos I watched. One, the treasure chest is just sitting on the beach, and then another person walked across the area and it said dig, and so they dug, and yeah, so I think we're still early play testing, so there's gonna be some bugs and stuff. Alright, here's Sammy talking to us about destructing in order to learn blueprints. So Grandpappy said if you want to know how something's made, you should take it apart. He destroyed so many things. He's concerned about the light and the darkness around the town. I bet if you took a wrench and broke street lights around town, you could eventually figure out how to build one. You could probably do that with all sorts of things out here. Once you've unlocked the secret to making streetlights, you'll be able to craft new ones out of the things you find here and there. Just a matter of picking a good spot and bing bang boom, town will have a new light. Oh, it's gonna be nice to have some light when it gets dark again. That way Pokey won't be able to jump out of the shadows and scare me anymore. So we're on our way. Trying to get another sea corn and found another bush. Trying to find where the X marks the spot, because for some reason I thought it was not down there. Like I said, I watched a few other videos and thought it was down on that beach, but then I'm like, well, maybe it's not. And then right there it said dig. But it's probably for that rubble right there. It's like, okay, maybe it's up here. That observatory thing we found earlier. Like, well, I'm not quite where X marks the spot, and I noticed the chicken drumstick stock things. Dig up these rocks. I'm like, okay, maybe up on these rocks? I thought it was just a chest sitting there. It's varied from video to video of a few people I've watched. Like, I'm kind of confused. Click on it again. I'm like, okay, well, I am in the general area of where this is saying it should be. Check the map again, and I've walked away from where it's at, and I'm like, okay. Definitely confused. So down we jump. Bop. Like, alright, do I just dig? Let's just dig. And what do you know? We dig, and there it is. So we just randomly go to that area and dig. What do we learn? We learned cooking station, which we need for that one Sammy quest about cooking stuff. We got a campfire, we got a tent, basic shovel, basic axe, basic wrench. This is where I go look for out of stamina. And the the campfire. Light up the town and the cooperation. That's where I pushed 3, I think, and it made me put the shovel away, so I can push the same button and put it away. Kind of glancing, thinking, I wonder if I can break down some of these other things, but maybe not. Some things are decorations, and some are not. Here's one of the lights. Pressing and holding the mouse button and not having a tool equipped to show. Oh, we have sunflowers. Can we pick them? Nope. Yeah, here we are getting kind of lost. We're like, screw it, we'll just jump. And this is where I finally noticed, like, a town board. Maybe it's not implemented enough, or we're not far enough in order to do anything with it. Head back over to the workshop, see if it's done, and he's standing there. I do like how they wave at you, like, certain things have been completed. Unit is pleased to announce. Please experience patience while the unit removes the scaffolding. Offers thanks for assistance in the completion of the task. Ta-da! Workshop complete. Now the workshop's functioning, it will be necessary to outfit all the crafting stations needed to process raw materials into usable materials. Fortunately, engineer work table comes standard in all autonomous worker unit build workshops. Comes with preloaded important blueprints. Take a moment to familiarize yourself. Alright, let me pause it here. We got 5 more minutes left of what I recorded. First task that needs to be accomplished in order to have a fully functioning workshop is craft a simple forge. Simple forge is used to refine raw metals into more usable forms. These refined metals will be important for construction of other craft stations and growth of the town. Fortunately, the engineer work table has all the information necessary for a simple forge. The unit believes that Meat Person Toasty will have no trouble completing the assignment. Only difficulty this unit can detect is finding the required furnace. Toasty will need to complete the blueprint. If suggested, Toasty search shipwrecks near the coast of Critter Cove. Old wrecks often use furnaces as part of their propulsion systems. This unit surmises you will be able to find what is needed by searching those areas for salvage. Unit will await for Toasty to complete the task. Alright, let's check out the workstation. Simple cutter, which is like a logging, probably for planks, I'm gonna assume, since it needs a blade. But then I noticed simple motor, blade, metal plate, rubber tire. There's the forge, a campfire, metal, stone, and then the furnace. Copper bottom, speaking of, a kiln. And I was like, oh, let's relook at the explanations, descriptions. I'm like, that's where this is probably for cutting wood into planks. Basic forge, smelt metal into bars, doesn't get hot enough to melt harder metals. Hot enough to fire basic materials into bricks, but will need to be upgraded in order to reach higher temperatures. That's what we learned on the side of the wall. Table used to put together decoration and furniture items. Cooking station, mechanical valve often used to tap barrels. And a filter. Need cloth. A clean cloth filter that filters things. Just checking along the top, nothing pops up. Alright. 2 minutes left. Not sure what I was trying to determine here. Sorry, y'all. I forget. Most likely I'm heading back to my house. Sleep and save. I think I was going to take down that light post, but I'm like, yeah, I'm saving. Getting ready to end the video, so back to our house. And we're ending the video here, y'all. I appreciate it. I'll open up our storage, store some stuff and things. Maybe checking out those tab bar. Do I notice? Yeah, okay, I noticed the dragon fruit and the sea corn. And just gonna hang on to the metal and the wood. I'm not 100% sure if you have to have the materials on you when you craft at stations or if those link to the boxes. I don't think they do, but I'm just gonna hang on to that stuff for now. And then sleep and save, and then we'll see you tomorrow / Sunday, October 1st, when I stream the game some more for y'all on YouTube this weekend. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and apologies for the awkwardness. Voicing over and rewatching when I recorded in order so that there was a voice. And we got 6 seconds left there on my recording, so thank y'all for watching. I hope this helps y'all out in the very beginning if you decide to fill out the survey and hopefully get messaged a key or... Honestly, sorry, it's been a busy week, hectic week, so I can't remember if it was messaged to me on Steam or if it just, when I went back to check and it said download the playtest. But I'm pretty sure they're giving access to anyone who's interested to check it out at the moment, so not saying it's a demo per se, it's saying a playtest, so I guess they're hoping they're almost all the way done. Maybe not, I could be wrong. But thank y'all, and we'll see you hopefully on the stream tonight and tomorrow. 7 p.m. Central Time is usually when I start, and I only stream on weekends, every other weekend on YouTube, and the other weekends on Twitch. Those links are in my description, or on the about area here on YouTube, so check that out, and I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.